Welcome back, everyone. Please hit subscribe and like. Appreciate it. So I'm doing the Flexiride suspension, as you can see, and what I'm going to plan on doing is I'm making the brackets that mount to the cross member. So separate cross member, doing 2x2, 1/4 inch thick, so real thick stuff. And what I've done is measured out the side from one end to the other end with the Flexiride to give clearance for the wheels and everything else. So I just want to give you an update because there is literally nothing online about how to install this or anything else except the manufacturer. So heads up, so use the straight steel, cut it a little bit longer so it overhangs outside the frame. Reason why I did that is I figure I can get some more welds underneath here and attach it to the frame a little bit more more secure. How I did this, whether it's right or wrong, I'm not 100% sure. Put the steel brace across the axle frame. Then what I did is I laid this out and lined it up exactly along the edge. It's a little bit sticking out just because of the weld beads, and did the same thing on the other side. It's not exactly perfect in the sense of this side sticks out a little bit longer than this side. Reason why I did that is I'm going to make this the front edge and not the back edge, figuring the mount, the bolts are going to be a little bit closer towards the weld, give it a little bit more strength when it's going forward down the road. Right or wrong, I'm not really sure, but my logic is there's less space between the bolts and the weld, so it has less likely to shear or pull off or anything else. So that's kind of my logic there. The rear side, I mean, unless you're backing up a long distance, I don't think it's really going to make any difference there. Might put some gussets there just to kind of give it some extra support. Haven't quite decided yet. We'll see how that goes, see how secure it feels and everything else. Been using the Harbor Freight new titanium 125. You can see there, it's a pretty good weld. I'm not the best welder. You can see I start, stop, start, stop, start, stop. Reason why I did that is just to spread out the heat. Some welds are a little bit better depending on the light itself, but overall I am fairly happy with it. You can kind of see a little bit cleanup needs, but overall I think it's a good weld. I think a lot of power with that, not too bad. I will say this, the cheapo gloves, it does start to melt the gloves, so at Harbor Freight, but very happy with it. I give you an idea too, so on the other side, I think it's hard to see here, but hopefully you can get some idea. Pretty good welds there. Very happy with it. Some good diming. I don't think I could really complain. Did it on the outside, try to get every spot that it could possibly be welded. I think this is going to be pretty secure. So as you can see, it burned through, and this is 1/4 inch steel as well, the plate, so it really has in my mind penetrated all the way across. I don't think there's going to be any issues there, and you can see where I start, stop, start, stop, start, stop on there as well. Going with the 15x8 wheels, and then I'll put some 235/75 tires on it. So I'm working on the frame itself. Any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. But basically, the way this is going to go, to give you an idea. Sorry, this is very, very heavy. But it's going to mount at the proper angle, the distance. One thing you have to remember with the Flexiride is, and I'll come back to the other side, is that you're measuring for the hub, not the bolt pattern. So when you do this, you know, you're measuring from here, so your cross member is going to be actually a little bit ahead of the where you want it to mount. So that's the mounting plate. You can see it goes with the bolt right there. Does not come with the bolts. Online you get the information on the bolts, so I have to go get that. It does come with the hub assembled and everything else, so that should be fine. Trailer's 12 feet long. What I've been reading online is do half the distance minus how many feet it is long. So my hub's going to be at 5 feet, and I think that should give me a nice tongue weight to figure that out. So any questions, please let me know. I'm going to keep updating on the Flexiride as I go along with the process, because as I said, there is literally nothing online. So hopefully it all works out, and I'll report everything. Thanks a lot, and don't forget to hit subscribe and like. Thank you.